yesterday, I took on one of those jobs that most Americans just don't want to do. I watched Joe Biden's live stream, and it was difficult. And I decided to live tweet it. And I wanted to share the summary via my live tweets with you guys because I think it's important that we don't lose sight of just how ridiculous this human being is. And ridiculous is putting it gently. He is declining mentally. He is completely unfit to lead anything. And this live stream was nothing short of terrifying because the idea that this man would be the nominee, he will get demolished by Trump. And then we're going to have 4 more years of Trump. There's no way Joe Biden's going to beat him. And here's a summary from his epic live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Check this out. All right, so we'll start at the beginning. Oh, all right. So first of all, my intro, I'm going to live tweet Joe Biden's live stream. It's coming up at 3:30 Pacific time, which means I'll be looking for a new task at 3:34 Pacific time. Now, he did last longer than 4 minutes, mainly because there were people orchestrating the event. There was a moderator, and the moderator's name was Malcolm Kenyatta. He's a representative in Pennsylvania. So Malcolm gets up there, he starts talking, and it's a very long preamble. So my first tweet, Malcolm, talk as long as you can, because dude just woke up. Malcolm was doing a preamble. Joe Biden was next to him, kind of looking like this. That's kind of what Joe Biden looked like. His eyes were about half closed, and he was like just leaning down. It was, I would think it was a parody if I just was seeing it. Like I'd be like, this isn't for real. They're making fun of him. But no, it was for real. Anyway, so far, Joe Biden's got a pat on the back for going to Philadelphia, which, keep in mind, is a part of Pennsylvania even Hillary showed up in, which that was true. Malcolm was giving Joe Biden a tongue bath and patting him on the back for going to Philadelphia. He just called it the 9/11 war. That's something Biden did early on. He referred to it as the 9/11 war. Now, afterwards, he just babbled for about 2 minutes. His only message was that young people can also get the coronavirus. That was his only theme. He babbled on and on about nothing for 2 minutes. His theme, young people can also get the coronavirus. He mentioned to us that he wanted to include student loan debt forgiveness in the stimulus package. Apparently, Joe wanted to include some student loan debt forgiveness. What a convenient time to tell everybody. And then I added the independent critique of my own. This is so fucking stupid. Now, at this point, Joe Biden asked what was on everybody's mind. So I told him what was on mine. You want to know what's on my mind, Joe Biden? Well, here it goes. You're a corporate shill who's mentally unfit to be president. And if you're the nominee, we're screwed. He made this claim. Only mentally ill people use drugs. He actually said that. He said that. All right. He was talking about the Vietnam War. He managed to insult both the civil rights movement and the women's movement in one sentence. So the Malcolm Kenyatta guy, the guy who was moderating it, he had a lower third, and his lower third stayed on the screen even when he wasn't on it. So like Joe Biden would just be talking, Malcolm's lower third would still be up there. And then after that, Malcolm asked him what his guilty pleasure was, which of course he responded, ice cream and Ray-Ban sunglasses. I thought he was going to mention voting for war all the time, but he didn't go there apparently. Next thing they did, they gave him undeserved credit for marriage equality, which they do that constantly. They constantly give, all right, here's what happened. And I've said this before, and I know some of you guys that listen to this show all the time, you're probably tired of hearing me say it. But it bears repeating as long as Joe Biden keeps getting undeserved credit. All right, here's what happened. All of these candidates, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, were against gay marriage. Then there was a huge movement that kept swelling and getting bigger and bigger, and they couldn't ignore it anymore. And the courts weighed in, and it became obvious that we were going to get marriage equality. And so they swayed with the wind, and they said, okay, we're going to come out for marriage equality. No pun intended. And they were going to make an announcement on air. It was going to be a big announcement. Joe Biden happened to spill the beans first probably accidentally. That's it. Joe Biden didn't push Barack Obama. Public opinion and movements and the courts essentially pushed Barack Obama. So, and Joe Biden still gets credit. It's so incredibly stupid. All right, so they just gave him undeserved credit for marriage equality. The person who did that, by the way, there wasn't really a question. They were just saying, oh, you're such a champion for gay rights. You know, apparently we don't know that the early 2000s and mid 2000s happened. And we see you as a champion for gay rights, Joe Biden. So there wasn't really a question, but then Joe Biden's answer to the non-existent question was he babbled on and on about segregated swimming pools. And then I put this disclaimer in here. This is actually what's happening. Because at this point, I thought people probably don't believe me that this is actually going out into the ethers. And apparently not many people were watching it. Someone tweeted me back. I can't verify this one way or another, but someone tweeted at me and they said there were only 2,300 people watching. This is someone running for presidential candidate. Anyway, okay. Oh, and after that, he also hinted that he had been for marriage equality since the beginning. He hinted that he was always for it his entire life. There's tons of footage throughout the 2000s of him being against it. But once again, Joe Biden, not aware of YouTube. Here's a quote from Joe Biden. A lot of trans women have been murdered. I think it's up to 9 now. He said that. Now, he was talking about LGBTQ rights, and he talked about trans women and how there's a lot of murders that take place. Okay. And then he makes the claim that 9 trans women have been murdered total. He probably, I put this in the tweet, he probably actually thinks that's the total number of trans women who have ever been murdered. What is the total number of trans women who have ever been murdered in the history of ever? I don't think we know. I'm pretty sure we don't know the answer to that. Who knows? Joe Biden thinks he knows, and he thinks that the answer is 9. He's running for president. Just throwing that out there. He's running for president. I guess social distancing doesn't include not giving tongue baths to Joe Biden. This is painful. Because that's what every question was, a softball. It was a setup. I would not be surprised if he got the questions in advance. And it was all just giving him tongue baths and celebrating him. It was beyond repulsive. Okay, right now, and well, this is from the tweet, so this was during the live stream in real time. Right now, he's claiming healthcare is the most important human right. He's vowed to veto a bill that would give everyone the healthcare he takes for granted. Just keep that in mind. And there you have it. That was Joe Biden's live stream. That was Joe Biden's live stream. He's running for president. He's running for president.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and